Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, class. This is Professor Coyote. Welcome you back to our Let's Play of Europa Universalis 4, our new Ethiopia run for Prester John and a Blessed Nation. A new, meaning post-Denmark patch, after all. Now, if you remember our last run, we finished off Adal already. It looks in process. Warsalongi grabbed a lot of those ones that had been taken from him, unfortunately so. And we've got Ageron here a bit busy, Marahan down to a single rump state, and mostly it's just been processing a lot of getting Weilani and Janjiro and Eminen, which is the Olubabor state here, taken care of, swept aside to clear out for us to probably take Kaffa and its lovely gold field eventually. Alright, we are at 655, close to Diplo and military tech. Finally starting to make some positive money again, and let me see how far we are. Well, we're actually kind of close to vassalizing Kaffa. We might force vassalize it to replace Weilani. We'll see. Because Kaffa's, being with that gold, they've got pretty decent force thing. Force limit. A force limit of 7. Wow, I can speak good. But right now we're already at a force limit of 23 with a personal union of Medribari. Alodia likes us, and Makuria likes us. Veha and Dongola, well, they're probably in the way. Now, the Mamluks have already started putting their head into things. They've put a core on Asab, Tajura, and no, not Zyla, but they've at least started saying, "Hi, we're the Mamluks. Let's get ready to party soon." So we'll see what happens there. Yemen's not happy, even though technically they don't matter. Really, the only claim they have is on Tajira and Zyla. So we might have to just cross the strait and take them on again. We'll see. We've got a couple of boats building. I mean, it's been a... Oh, I guess I call them. They're Weilatan, not Weilani. Oh well. Maybe I'll go back and fix that. All right, so let's get things going. We've got some boats building. Our manpower is back to about 50%, and we are going in the recharge mission here. So, we can already invest in our new quantity, but I believe we're going for Miltech first. All right. Now, usually, I just sort of blow this off. I pick states willy-nilly, but I think it's time we settle down and start focusing a little more on where we're doing this. Not just to throw some state that won't matter, but maybe actually take a little bit of time to figure out something. Because while the micromanaging of the states and their loyalties is always kind of a bit of a pain, common sense was when this came out. They do at least give some bonuses for whoever holds that country. So let's actually take this here. So okay, well, I'm not going to revoke, but for instance, okay. So let's consider this here. Right now, the nobility wants at least one more, because if they won't get anything, in fact, they need 10% land. So that means we'll probably have to get a couple of them. So nobility gives a minimum province autonomy of 25%. So that's a bit of an issue there. But it does up the manpower modifier. And so that's something to consider about. What do we want to give? Well, I guess gotcha. Well, I guess we give it to them anyway. Now, yes, that's minimum autonomy of 25%. So that's a bit of the problem. We can't really revoke it on that. That was a goofer move. So Really, it's kind of one of these lower ones that I don't mind giving a bit of autonomy to anyway. Or, like, for instance, Dega Habur already has 35%, so it can't go up from that. So we did lose a bit of autonomy, so that's going to take down about negative 12.5%. So, well... so we'll have to see how that goes. But anyway, that was basically about what I was trying to do. I should have given it to, say, Dewaro, for instance. Because you can't revoke these for, it's like, for a year. And unfortunately, revoking does kind of tick off the nobility a little bit by their... So, that might be something to think about for the future anyway, to give it a little bit more money, is start doing, say, nobility. Because nobility, because giving it to any of these states automatically gives a 25% minimum. So, yes, they do provide just a skoonch. Like, for instance, giving something to the clergy gives local unrest negative 2%. But you do lose that benefit from the 25% there. So you might want to play a little bit of Tetris, focusing on your best ones to be neutral, and stick some of your worst ones to be those enough, just enough to make the percentage the estates happy. Man, I'm really tripping over my tongue today. But anyway, so we're waiting for this Whaleaton to pop. It's about, it says about 1 year and a half. We'll see how that goes. I could put, no, I could actually. We put them on Sodomo. Yeah, if we put it on Sodomo, it at least takes it a little lower, so that's not terrible. Okay, so we'll see how that goes from there. Alright, we've got a couple of... Oh, we got the one... Oh, there we go. And we'll move into some reinforcements. We may not need them, but at least there we go. That takes care of that. And then we'll move to Zyla. While our manpower recovery takes a bit of cash out of the old system there. But at least we had a positive manpower, so that's not terrible. Alright! There I go, kind of muttering to myself again. Okay. So now we're above again. Let's get these guys going. To get some trade going, probably with the Gulf of Aden. Well, it says it'll be a -5 loss, but that's probably not... There we go, we get a +5. Now it's saying a -5 due to the balance from the fleet maintenance, but at the same time, we're still making some more money overall. So sometimes that's not... It's always a good idea to weigh that a little bit, but half the time those estimations are a little off. Okay. So this is one of those who do want to kind of tick off games here. We don't want to tick off Medrabari since that's our thing. So our personal union. Man, I'm just having trouble talking today. So we can trade 10 legitimacy, lose 10 with the burgers, and get 10% taxes for 20 years. So you know what? We'll do that because the other option was actually taking 20 off of our relationship with Medrabari. We don't want to do that. Okay. Might be time to rechange the focus. We did get our admin back up here, so let's go to military. Because our admin still puts to 8. And this will help get us closer to that Miltech 6 and some of the... Oh, whoops. Some of those ideas faster. So, okay. Because Medrabari is already 5, and so are the Mamluks, and so is Yemen. I'm sorry, Medribari is 6, and so the Mamluks and Yemen and us are 5. So we want to make sure we take care of that when we can. Okay, so our own vassal, Damat, has sent us an insult for some reason. Maybe we're not paying enough attention to them. Or maybe they accidentally pushed the wrong button. But their time as a vassal may be short if they're going to pull that kind of maneuver on us. Alright, let's look to see if we can make any more money. Okay, so it looks like neither production nor taxes are actually going pretty high right now in any of those. There was one province that had a 0.10 ducats. So mostly it's just rebuild, and let's see how far we can get. Because we're already at $1.45, which is good. With that plus 10%, we'll just make that go away. Not quite enough that we can afford an advisor right now. It'd be nice, but let's see. Trade efficiency wouldn't really get a lot. National unrest, that's okay. Stability cost, not a big deal. Really, the one interesting one would be the land force limit, but that's... We're already at 23 right now, so... Alright, so the Mamluks are doing what the Mamluks do, so let's convert Sadamo here. So that'll take the soonest, and we'll get some of that unrest down. Okay. Actually, what we could probably do is build a couple more barks. Yeah, we'll do 2 barks. We're gonna have to do 2 boats at a time because Xylea seems to take forever. Uh-oh. So the Mamluks have taken one of our bishops. That's not great. Well, we are ahead on admin, so we can get that boost right back. In fact, let me see here. Let's try to develop a couple of provinces a little bit more. I was thinking to do that, but it wouldn't be too much of our benefit of just 9. Dembia with its cotton. In fact, let's do 2 there. There we go. Alright, so the Miltech 6 is already there. Which will up our cavalry. Let's go to offense heavy. Alright, so of course the sickness of our Nagusa Nagast, so we can either do minus tech. We'll go to the autonomy change for 10 years. Well, actually, if we go to the taxes, we only lose, that looks like 64 cents. So that is frustrating, but oh, we didn't even lose that much. There we go. Okay. So hopefully Damat got over its wanting to give us the finger kind of attitude. So really now, let's take a quick pause to figure out what we want to do now. We are close to the manpower mission. So we don't want to really take a fight until... Let's see. We need to be about 20... 90% of 29 would be somewhere around 26. Yeah, somewhere around 26. So once we get 26, we'll get that. But we might end up getting a fight anyway. We could take out Warsalongi. We don't have a truce with them. In fact, we don't really have a truce with anybody right now. We could take Beha here, which really all that does is gets us close to the Mamluks. Or we could take Dongola here, which the 3 provinces here do represent a nice 14 development, but right now we would have to go through Elodia and they'd want that instead. Makuria is our friend, so let's improve relations with them, keep them Coptic. So right now, this area is probably meh. Keep that going. Damat and Kaffa. Damat's our vassal and Kaffa is our ally, so we'll probably leave them alone for now. So that leaves two options right now. Well, three technically. Ajuran, Warsalongi, or Yemen. Right now, Yemen is only allied with Hormuz, which is still in its island state. I saw this one play by Darkslider that Hormuz had managed to blob out all here. So right now, it's still just kind of tiny, and that's fine. Now Yemen's at 5, so they're tech behind us. I really don't like that. Right now they're at 6 of 10. Even with Hormuz's mighty 6 of 6, so that's 12, potentially 16. We could take it with our 20 alone. And Yemen's boats are all of... Actually, that's the important thing to check. Yemen has all of... Here, we reorder that. Reorder that. Yemen has a mighty 1 transport as its navy. So we don't have to worry about getting cut off from the strait too much. Hormuz, of course, has 7 boats, but we might be able to get over to Mukah in time. So that might be our best bet, because Warsalongi is allied with Hijaz and Ajuran, and I don't really want to deal with that right now. And Ajuran is with Mombasa and Warsalongi. Let's see, where's Mombasa? Mombasa's down here. So they would have to go through these guys just to get to me. So that's something to think about. Ajuran is not probably a force to be reckoned with. They're 9 of 13. With Mogadishu's 4, I believe. They're still a vassal. Though they are starting to tick up there in Liberty Desire. So if we took a few things down a peg on Ajuran, we could probably get that Mogadishu without too much of an issue. So I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to go back to speed 4 is first what we're going to do. See if we can get that extra, probably 8k manpower. Alright. There's a problem. This is something I hadn't thought about. Looks like Mamluks want to take Mary Baudry from us. They want it very badly. That's going to be a big problem because they outnumber us. They don't out-tech us. Oh, they don't out-tech us, they just even-tech us, so that could be a problem still. So we might have to dip into the old mercenary pool because it looks like the only people that are helping us is Damat. That's not good. That's not good at all. All right. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So put us way over force limit, but that'll at least put us a little over the Mamluks. And maybe we get some Mamlukian land out of this instead, huh? Looks like it forced our hand anyway. Hopefully we can get there in time. We won't, so Medrabari's forces are gone. So it's all down to us. Our little bit... our smidgen! Oh, there we go! Whew, that's not good because... Well, we're a little high on... Oh, wow. Okay. Well, we'll see what happens here. We're low on morale. Actually, never mind. That answers that question. So we're going to be taking some cash down. But we need it in order to keep the Mamluks from doing anything. I mean, this is kind of a benefit. This does let us take Mamlukian land a little early. And we can actually deal with it because we can just run right through Medribari. So, yeah. And it looks like Aswan does not have a fort now. I hate running on these many loans, but we can always... there's a possibility we could corrupt out of it. Oh, looks like they're coming back in full force. Alright. So let's slow this down. They do have a morale on us, so it looks like we're probably going to be losing this war. Let's see. With 11%, we would have to give up quite a bit, even though we are ahead of 11%. Alright, so some of our rolls came bad. This is not good. Okay, so I believe they've taken the war goal now of Masala. Okay. Let's see what we can do. Before they can reinforce. Nope. We're going to be losing handily again. This is not what I wanted to have happen. Well, apparently we got too big for the Mamluks to ignore us. See if we can get a little bit of time back here. That's the bad time for that, Xylia. Because if we can come back on this, I mean, we do outnumber them. But they still have that morale lead, and that's really what's kind of hurting us now. And in fact, yeah, that's what's hurting us. Oh, we did win that. That's good. Maybe we can stack wipe some out of it. So we've killed that. We've stack wiped that. Let's not. So we're gonna take the time to restore these while they come back. So we've actually managed to stack wipe quite a bit out from the Mamluks now. We are paying pretty badly for this. At this point, we're mostly hoping that we can get this percentaged to a white piece. Because they keep coming back, so... Okay. So we're starting to get a little bit back again. I mean, I did see that there was the separatists that are having issues there. And our great vassal Demont here helping us out. And we'll reinforce, hopefully in time. Aha! We did. We managed to get that. And we're stack wiping up the down. So we're at 16% now, and they're actually starting to get kind of like, oh crap, what did we do? Okay. So let's say we can do it 15%. We can white piece this out, so we might want to just do this. We're bleeding pretty badly. We're out of manpower. We're almost literally entirely reliant upon mercenaries. I don't want to get too greedy. This will also give us a truce for 5 years. So we're just going to do that. And we're going to go down here to... In fact, we'll let Warsalongi deal with those rebels. Ugh, I'm going to have to pick up the pieces now. Alright. So finally we're going to get back into the black again. Because we retake Xylia and just we'll let Warsalongi deal with them. Ugh, that was terrible. Alright, so let's take a quick second. Kaffa will see, because the real frustrating thing is as we rebuild these alliances is with Elodia and Kaffa's help, we probably would have had enough to actually take the Mamluks without having to blow so much into mercenary territory. So we'll rebuild these three alliances and how we're over, but nah, whatever. Okay. Because if we can at least swing this out, then Adal or Xylia or whatever can reform here, and no problem there. And we do have a mission to vassalize Kaffa, so we might have to force vassalize them. Okay. So we're just going to park here, right here on Xylia. That way it can finish the missionary mission, and we'll see what these rebels end up doing. Okay. Got the 50 admin there. So we're actually close to admin 7. Oh, in fact, what we can do is take our manpower recovery speed, which will actually be great. It'll help speed up some of our thing. And actually, we didn't take the... Did we? Huh. Guess we didn't take the... There we go. I thought we'd taken the vassalized Kaffa mission, but apparently we hadn't. So, alright. So let's finally get rid of these pesky separatists. It would have been nice if Warsalongi dealt with it for us, but now they're gone. And we don't have to deal with them anymore. And now we can also mothball our forts to save a little bit more money, because we're going to need to pay back... We took back a... Well, I believe the term would be a metric fuck ton. Oh, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that. Of loans. so we need to deal with those as quick as we can. Meanwhile, the Mamluks are being jerks again. The Assab claim must have evaporated. It'd be nice if somebody would actually go after the Mamluks. Right now, they're being a big pain in the butt. Okay. Oh, that's why. Oh, well. Well, you know what? Apparently, we'll just lose 5 prestige, and that way we can get our trade efficiency back and turbocharge the economy. Alright, so we can pay back 1 loan, which is going to be that incremental thing. Now, unfortunately, we had taken a whole bunch of the corruption already, or else I'd just start debasing like crazy and pay off that loan. Maybe once we reach corruption 8, I'll take 1. In fact, we'll just take 1 debasement, throw it back into the loan. And that'll... Now we're down to only 10 loans. And the sharks are starting to circle the water, it looks like. Man, Mendrabari, I should have just taken you over. Fat lot of help you were. The Mott did more. and they insulted us 5 years ago. Apparently we got subsidies from somebody. That's strange. We got subsidies from the Ottomans, of all people. Wow. There's an irony. Well, unfortunately, we're going to have to take the prey, which means we're going to lose an heir. Oh, actually, no. Wow. We got the legitimacy back, and our heir is still alive. That's amazing. Although he's 58, so it's not like that heir is really great anyway. We'll have to take a stability hit on that. I hate doing that, because that's going to slow down our cash, but we're still ahead on admin. So let's boost that. In fact, since we're that far ahead on admin, we're at 600 points. Let's develop some more. Let's not even include this with fix. Looks like they recently fixed that, so... Okay, well we took one of those loans, but... Alright. So that's 9 cents. 13, thank you. 13. Okay. So that should help us a little bit. Get things going just a skoonch quicker. Huh. Alright. So, you know what? Let's take the cash from the clergy. That's kind of mean, but at the same time, it'll be fine. They'll deal with it. We can always throw some money later, but they should actually get back in about 5. I mean, we lose a little bit, 5%, so that might have been a bad idea to start with, but the downside of taking so many loans is also our inflation has gone through the roof. And, wow, apparently Warsalangi decided to insult us because they think they're cock of the walk. Well, I guess the friend like Hejaz they are. Yemen is allied with Shamar. We're not ahead enough yet anymore to get that regiment costs down. Let's see. Alright, so it looks like this is a bit of a long episode, so we're going to have to cut it here. Looks like next episode will be a lot of picking up the pieces from the Mamlukian skirmish here, and that's what we'll have to look forward to, I'm afraid. But thank you very much for joining us today, and I hope you have an excellent rest of your day. And with that, class dismissed.